What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another daily YouTube video where we cover the market, our trades, and all the content by EA. Today is Saturday. Normally means an XP SBC and sometimes a player SBC, and we got both those. We got our SBC for the XP, which I have already done. Very high chemistry SBC, 31 chemistry specific, and it gives you get 8. But it doesn't show you. Get you 8 La Liga cards, all golds, but only 3 rare. So a bit of a letdown. Untradeable too, so it didn't really affect the market too much. In terms of other content we got icons. We got a icon and it's Pushkash, 4-star, 5-star, my goat. I'll be completing this 100%. Coming in at a relatively fairly priced price compared to Ronaldinho. The card is 930 on the market, but just over 1 mil in the SBC section. And to get the loan this time, you only need a gold squad, a gold rare squad. It's not an 84 squad. Still some very high rated squads in here, which isn't the best, but if you want the card, you can get the card. I want the card, so I will get the card. But overall today, the big story is most likely going to be the fact that the Santander cards have all dropped heavily, and we're waiting for them to drop further. We are waiting for that 500k pack to most likely come. This has 50 rare gold players, rated 81 or higher, and that is it. 400k, and the pack which we are waiting for, I'm going to show you right now, which probably has already come by the time you see this video, because it normally drops at 9 PM on Saturday, and that's the reason I haven't bought anything. You can see most of my coins there. So it's the same thing as the Tots Premium pretty much, except it has no loans, and it has Team of the Year icon, a FUT birthday, or a World Cup icon player. You might think that's not the best, it's 90 plus. However, there's no prime icons. That's if you can avoid the World Cup icons, you have a very good chance to get something good, as well as 50-80 ones too, which probably are going to be all fodder. That is a pack which is likely going to cause the market to dip quite heavily. That's Puskas, of course, and we're going to show you the La Liga cards right now. La Liga cards from yesterday's video are down massively. Overnight flips were horrible, these cards, as expected, because they were kind of expensive. We did get some sales, but yeah. You will see all their prices now, and they're probably going to be even lower by the time you see this video, and they're going to continue to drop, especially with the release of the icon pack. The general strategy these days I'm recommending to people to trade, and something I'm trying to follow, is we have so many other good specials. Why would you trade the cards that are impact when you can trade the outer pack specials, because they're going to have no additional supply. For example, this card is looking relatively cheap now at 190. He was all the way up at 210 today. Look, 218, 210. I would typically buy this right now. It is 6:30, so only half an hour after content. I would typically buy this. I think he could easily go back to 210. But with that icon pack looming, I'm trying not to buy a single card. And I think that does drop. He's up to 230 now, done really well on his rebound. Coleman went very high yesterday, coming back down slightly though. Robertson is very low here at 200k. That's extremely low. Very low. I might have to take a look at that one on the market. I know I said I didn't want to buy anything, but I know 202 is not going to be there, but that's too low. Bought that card yesterday at content for 215k. He did go all the way back to 250. I then bought him again late at night for 220, and he did go to 250 again. Okay, clearly this is a card which does fluctuate, and that's exactly what you're looking for when you are trading. Let's take a look at this card right now. I'd guess 210 will be the cheapest. If it was a 202, I definitely would have bought that though. 210 is a good price, but not an amazing price, especially with the icon pack looming right now. He does seem to fluctuate and get rare and have a decent amount of demand, but we'll see. Again, that's one to keep on my radar. If it was 202, I would have bought that in a heartbeat. Declan Rice is looking very low too. Morata is going up steadily, probably as people are going to be using him for the cup. He's up to 27k. If you look on Friday, he was actually as low as 22k. So he's risen really nicely today for the cup, which is something to look at for next week. Maybe the Ligue 1 cards really do rise. We'll mention the Ligue 1 cards in a minute, because those cards are up a lot as well, the investments that we were making last night. So that is that team done. We'll be then moving on to the Prem and seeing how they are reacting. Casemiro is down a little bit, Bruno G is down a little bit. Trippier is at a very good buy price there, as is Reece James. Zinchenko too, very cheap right now. Wow. 58k, a very good price there. I've sold a lot for 64. Trippier, is he actually under 50k? If he is, I have to do my daily routine of buying Trippier's. 208, nope. Trippier is pretty much the easiest card I found to lazy sell. Consistently at 55k. Even, yeah, he seems to hit the price every day. I'm really trying hard not to buy any cards, guys, right now, because I do think the icon pack is going to crash all this stuff, and I'll wait till then. Otherwise, I'll definitely buy that, typically. But yeah, a lot of down, and it should rebound in my opinion. Kane down to 180, he was a bit higher earlier. We had the Bundesliga team as well. We saw some crazy rises. This guy peaked at 700k yesterday. This guy peaked at almost 2 mil. The cheap cards are doing amazingly. Kolo Muani was over 50k, so he's come back down. So maybe this is gonna be a little look for us now on a little rebound. He was over 50. The big boys were the bench, and it's Lacroix. He was at 75k. We were buying him at 60 to 63k. Sane as well is very cheap too. Not cheap, sorry. He's risen very well, but he's looking kind of nice right now considering he was 56k. Maybe that's another card to look at. Ideally, you want to be looking at cards which are rising the best when you're investing on a dip. And Brandt, Lacroix, Sane, all these cards, they're basically reacting like our Premier League cards, like our favorite Premier League cards. So why would we not trade those two? Schlotterbeck is all the way up to 36k now. He's risen really well. I think that's up 10k, I believe, from yesterday. Yesterday before at content, he was 26k. Yes, he's up 10k a card. You could have gone all in on this card and you would have made like almost 50% of your investment on just a Schlotterbeck, which is kind of insane if you really do think about it. He rose really well overnight and showing no signs of stopping if you actually look at this graph. That's where the money was to be made. Same with Sane. Seems like the cards which rose really well on Friday, which were the Bundesliga cards, blew even more on Saturday. So that's a little tip for you guys for next week for the Ligue 1 cards or the Santander cards if you want to do investments. If you see a nice rise of these on Friday and then a dip late night, make sure you go heavily in for the overnight on this team because this team will do very well. The cards, unfortunately, the only trouble with this team is there's no real good mid cards, but it seems like even the cheap cards are doing really well. So like Molina will probably do exceptional. Fakir, David Garcia, who's a very pacey centre back. Even this Gabri Vega guy could do well. Alde and Marino maybe too, and Ter Stegen. It seems like they all rose very well from the Bundesliga, so you can use that information to your advantage and try and replicate that next week, because even Kobel's up to 34k. I'm not sure if that's because the price of Fodder has risen, but I highly doubt Fodder has risen that much. He was like 28k, so he hasn't actually risen a ton. The goalkeeper, so maybe you avoid the goalkeeper, but I think Ter Stegen is a lot more usable with a lot better links. That's slightly different there. Let's just check the price of Fodder right now. 92s. Okay, to be fair, 92 rated Fodder did just rise, so ignore that on Kobel and don't touch the goalkeeper. That's the only reason he's so high. But yeah, you can see everything rose. This guy peaked at 360k, we got out at 345, and he's all the way back down to 300. Probably the Balde effect is hurting him. Frimpong, this guy went to 300k and it's come all the way back down to like 220 last night and it's back 240. The simple story is, well, this Friday coming up, the plan, as content happens and all these cards crash with the Ligue 1, you go heavily in on these cards as these will rebound the best. The better the card, the better the rebound. For example, Balde, all the expensive ones. So we're going to go all in on La Liga this Friday coming up, and then we're going to sell them at the peak, and then we're going to buy them back again later. So next Friday with the content, we're just going to trade La Liga and we're going to make a ton. Because if you rinsed and repeated that method with this Bundesliga team, you would have made a ton of coins. The trick is to go for the expensive cards and all cards on the first wave after 6 p.m. And then when it comes to the late night wave, just go all in on the cheapest possible cards because they all seem to rise very well. If you have a look at like Sane, Lacroix, and Schlotterbeck, the cheaper ones seem to do better there for the overnight. Although some of these cards did rebound too, but Davies obviously didn't rebound as well as we would have liked there. But we weren't holding that card, so we're all okay. A lot of the Premier cards did rebound, but nowhere near as much as the Bundesliga cards, and that's probably because everyone is now more interested in the Bundesliga, which is normal. In terms of investments, here are all the investments we made. Let's quickly run through that. Here, 50k. Obviously, a lot of these prices are lower now. We did catch some lasers on these, but the overnights weren't the best. I sold quite a few Molinas for 79k, quite a few of these for 169, a few of these for 59, but then obviously they came down a lot and I lost a few coins. Kane was down at 170 last night. You've just seen his 190. Trippier, 50k. You already know he all lazy sold. He's 220 here, sold for 250. This guy sold for like 115. We started to look at some Ligue 1 investments. Here's Renato. If I see any dip on these cards today on Saturday, I'll be buying all these cards. 340 for Neymar. K185, obviously come back down since. These Donnarummas. Ligue 1 investments are definitely the way to go in my opinion for the lead up to Friday. So I'll be looking at all the Ligue 1 cards tonight most likely. So you'll probably see in tomorrow's video a lot of Ligue 1 cards. I do have a lot of these Donnarummas at 77 or lower. As many as I can as well, close to 70k. He seems to fluctuate like crazy. There's one name I've got which is a bit more risky. And then here are the rest of the Donnarummas, which you're going to see most of them under 75k. Take a look at where his price is on the market right now, just because this is the card I'm tracking the most heavily, and he seems to fluctuate like crazy. I'll show you yesterday's graph. He's still 77, that's a very affordable price. Yesterday he was going crazy, 72, 87. He hasn't hit that high yet, 73. And today he did go to 78, and I had caught a few lasers at 88 to be honest, so it's kind of crazy. That, if he was actually that price right now, I would definitely go and buy some. It looks like he's just had a massive rebound and I didn't even notice. He was 68k. But yeah, these Ligue 1 investments are going to do well on the hype. Well, depending on what point you sell them, that's up to you. But it does seem like the money is there because the specials for La Liga have performed very well too, so people will be ready to continue to invest in these. Yeah, you see, too high now. If he was 68k though, that would have been a really good buy, so you can put that in your notepad, and if you see that price, feel free to buy him, as I will continue to buy more myself. Other than that, guys, the week's plan is very, very simple. I'm recording this on Saturday at 6:48. I'm expecting the icon pack in 2 hours. We're going to buy a ton of Ligue 1 specials, maybe some Bundesliga specials if those team of seasons really do dip because they have a lot of demand. Other than that, the move will be to invest in gold rares if you want to. Go on a sign on gold rares at 650. They should easily hit 1k on Monday. Bronze rares 150 will easy sell for 300, 400 on lazies as we're getting daily icon SBCs. And yeah, then on Friday we're going to go heavy in on the La Liga team of seasons on Friday, and we're then going to flip these and go back in on the cheap ones late at night. That's our plan for the entire week. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Join my free trading Discord for all the free trading tips and benefits for Twitch subscribers. Subscribe to my Twitch channel if you want to, or follow it, link in the description. And if you want the full package, all my tips are posted in the Patreon, which you can sign up for in the link too down below. Other than that, guys, I stream twice daily on Twitch, 2:30 PM and 10 PM UK time. Hopefully you can come through, ask a question, get any trading tips and advice. And I'll see you next time in the next video tomorrow. Thank you for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.